This is Bruce Frazier with Dixondale Farms. We recommend a certain planting date for planting onions. Onions are tolerant down to 20 degrees, but you don't want to plant them if the temperature is going to be below freezing for about 4 or 5 days after you plant them, so they can establish a root system. But once the root system is established, generally speaking, it takes less than 20 degrees to cause any damage to the onions. So if you look at our onion planting chart, what we have determined is the appropriate week to plant your onions based on your zip code. All you have to do is look up the 3 digits of your zip code, and it'll give you a recommended ship date. We'll be shipping those plants sometime during that week. Now, how we determine these dates is that it takes about 6 weeks. These dates are 6 weeks prior to the average last frost date. And what that does is it gives you a chance to get your roots, get your plants established, and they will grow the 5th leaf. We're shipping you 4 leaves. You'll grow the 5th leaf in about 2 to 3 weeks. Then you'll grow the 6th leaf about 3 weeks later than that. So 6 weeks after you plant them, they should be approaching the 6th leaf stage. After that, if the onion goes into 7th leaves and they go into a cold spell, sometimes that will cause bolting. The earlier you plant, the more chances there are for the onion to develop into a larger size. The reason being is that an onion shoots out a new leaf about every 2 to 3 weeks, and they're going to bulb at the same time. Basically, it doesn't matter when you plant them. So if you plant the same variety, maybe 3 or 6 weeks apart, the ones that are 3 weeks apart will end up having one less ring than the ones that you planted 3 weeks earlier. So planting earlier will promote larger size. We have our different varieties of intermediate, short day, and long day, and each one of these varieties, planting earlier in the south will be more critical because you can grow the onions and have them make larger size. When you plant in the northern states, it's more appropriate you plant later in the year because your days are going to get longer later in the year. Here at the equator, they have 12 days of day length year round. In your northern states, your days are longer in the summer. So if you refer to your ship dates, refer to our chart, but there are some microclimates that you know better than we do, so we'll ship the plants at the appropriate time.